Hi guys and welcome back to Irony Completed. So today's video is going to be teaching you how to get this lovely contoured and highlighted look. Someone left me a comment on one of my videos quite a while ago now asking me to do a contouring and highlighting routine, and I thought I would do a how to contour and highlight using drugstore products, just because I know that if you're just learning how to contour and highlight you might not be able to afford really expensive bronzers and contour powders and highlighters and stuff. You can use any products that work for you, it's just the technique that I'm really teaching you, but these products that I'm using are my favourite drugstore contouring and highlighting products. So yeah, just a really chiseled cheekbone and a incredibly glowy cheek, as you can see. I love that highlight. If you've watched my videos before, you know I love that highlight. It's kind of intense, but that's kind of what I go for. So if you want to find out how to contour and highlight your face, please keep watching. So I am starting this video, obviously I've already got my foundation on because this isn't a foundation routine. This is just going to be a contouring and highlighting drugstore routine tutorial. I don't really know. I literally just have foundation and spot concealer, so foundation and then concealer on my chin. And I have a spot on my eyelid. Not 100% sure what's happening there. There's a spot on my eyelid though, so that's the thing. And then obviously eyebrows, and I've got some of my makeup done, is essentially what I'm saying. So the drugstore under eye concealer that I like the most and that I've talked about a million times is the L'Oreal True Match La Touche Magique Anti-Fatigue Illuminating Concealer, and this one is an Ivory Beige, which is a very pale shade because I am, well, usually I'm fairer than I am right now, and I'm still pretty fair right now because I did like kind of self tan a little bit. I like to get some out on the little wand applicator, and I've got out too much now. I like to brush this in a like triangular fan shape is the best way I can describe it. So instead of drawing a triangle, I kind of begin at the inner corner of my eye and follow the shape of my eye bag, and then instead of going straight down like this, I bring it around into like the side of my cheekbone and stuff. And I'll just do one eye at a time so I can show you guys the difference, because not only is this a really great illuminating concealer, but it has really great coverage too. So the way I've been blending in my concealer lately is using a Real Techniques sponge, and I just kind of press it into my skin, kind of blend out the concealer that's like further down first, and then get closer and closer to my actual eyeball and bring it up, like bring it up from the corner of my eye as if I was doing like a winged liner or something. If that makes any sense at all? When I get to the inner corner of my eye, I kind of squeeze the tip of this to like get right in there. But this is a great sponge because it does have that pointed tip as well as the flat side, which makes applying different products super easy. And then just to blend out the harshness of the edges around the highlighted area, I'll take the other side of the sponge. Right now the flat side has no product on it, it's just a little bit stained, but usually it'll have leftover foundation on it. But either way, using the side with no product or with a tiny little bit of foundation that matches my skin tone will just help to blend out the edges of the highlighted area so that they blend into my skin more seamlessly. So as you can see, not only does that area of my face look extremely illuminated, but it also looks a lot more flawless and covered and coveragey. Coveragey? That's not a word. So I'm just going to do the other eye real quick. Someone please tell me, does anyone else, I have like hereditary lines in my face. Does anyone else have these goddamn lines in their face? Is it just me? I have like crazy ass lines in my face. Whatever's left over on the wand of the concealer, I'm going to put it on the tip of my nose like this. And here where my nose bridge sinks in because I hate that bit. Also top of my lip. And if there's anything left over, centre of the forehead to balance everything out. I don't highlight my chin because I don't like my chin. The best part about using this concealer to highlight the centre of my face is oftentimes the centre of my face is where I need more coverage anyway. So the areas I need more coverage get the coverage from this concealer, but they also get illuminated. So, and if there's any product left over on the tip of the sponge, I'll take that around the sides of my nose. Around my nose ring always looks really gross and cakey. Hashtag nose ring problems. To set my actual face and not my under eyes, I'm going to take the MUA Skin Define Hydrapowder. This is a 17 cheek brush. It was like dirt cheap, but it's just a really nice kind of like tapered-y powder brush or blush brush. And I'm going to use this to set my chin. my nose, especially the sides of my nose, and also a tiny bit just in the centre of my forehead. And I'm not using very much product at all because I have very dry skin, but I don't want to make it look super powdery and super dry. And the product that I've been using to set my under eyes lately is a Complexion loose powder. This is the sheer loose powder. I think it's just, yeah, it's in the shade translucent, so I'm assuming it just comes in this one translucent shade. But this is just a reasonably finely milled powder that was like, I think £2 from Superdrug. And I do like to apply this with my sponge just because I feel like it doesn't disturb the coverage under my eye, but I am not baking because I have very dry skin, and if you bake under your under eyes, if you have dry under eyes, it will just accentuate the crap out of the fine lines under there. So I'm just going to make sure there's no creasing and no product settling into the crevices under my eyes. I'm going to take this product on this sponge and I'm going to press it into that area. And that is just going to set that concealer, prevent it from creasing, and it does prevent creasing just as well as any other powder that I've tried. Not only does applying this product with a sponge mean that the coverage doesn't get wiped away with a brush like I was saying, but also melts the product into the skin if you use a damp sponge to apply powder. Like, seriously melts the product into the skin. It's amazing. So loose powder is really messy, so if you just want to use a pressed powder, I completely don't blame you. Now, as for contouring and highlighting products from the drugstore, the contour shade that I always use from the drugstore is from the Collection Highlight and Sculpt kit, and it's just a really nice browny shade that isn't too cool toned but also isn't too warm toned. It's very neutral, so I'm just going to take some on this Real Techniques contour brush. And the best way I found to find the contours of your cheekbones is to just feel with your fingers. So mine are right there. I'm going to place it onto that area and then blend upwards. If you blend upwards, it will lift the cheekbone, whereas if you blend downwards, it will make your face look jowly and saggy, if that makes any sense, which we don't want. So blending that product upwards with the same brush. As you can see, that just makes this cheekbone look a hell of a lot more sculpted than this cheekbone. See where I've stopped the contour powder? It's nowhere near the corner of my mouth. Actually, it's pretty much equal with the outer corner of my eye, and that's the best rule for applying contour powder, is to not bring it too close to the corner of your mouth. I also take a little bit of the contouring shade and I bring it onto my hairline because I have a 5 head, and my temple to sculpt out this part of my face as well, just because I like the way it looks. I'm just going to do it all on one side to show you the difference. I will also take some underneath the hollows of my jaw, paying particular attention to this bit here, which will make you look like you have a nice sculpted jawline, which I do not have naturally. And making sure I'm blending that down the neck slightly, just to diffuse that colour. So I don't know if you can tell the difference between the two sides of my face, but I definitely can. As well as doing underneath the jaw, I do my double chin. Because, look, most people have a double chin, right? Doesn't matter if you're skinny, you probably have one. Just a little bit. And this just pushes it back. Also, as I get closer to the centre of my face, I blend the contour line down slightly, because that's naturally how your cheekbones fall, and it'll make your face look sculpted in the most natural way, but don't bring it all the way down. Just tilt it down slightly, because that's what your cheekbones naturally are structured. I personally do not contour my nose just because I already have a reasonably slim nose bridge, and I think that if I contour it any further I'll just kind of like Michael Jackson, which isn't particularly the vibe that I am going for. If you need to learn how to contour your nose, there's plenty of other tutorials out there on the internet. I just don't look good with a nose contour, but I do always take a little bit of product underneath my nose to sculpt out my tip slightly, so I have a little bit of a button nose, because I always want to look cuter than I am. I also just take a little bit of powder underneath my bottom lip. You see there's there's an indent where your chin goes? This will make your bottom lip look like it's casting a shadow, which makes it look fuller. I'm going to take the sheer loose powder again. I'm going to clean up my contour line. And this is where I do kind of bake slightly. So I'm just going to get some more of that product in the cap, put it up there so I don't spill it. I'm going to take it on this side of the sponge this time. And underneath the line we created, I'm just going to clean it up. And if I do have any excess powder, I'll just blend it away. But that just really sharpens up that contour line and makes it look extra on point. And I don't do this like all the time. Honestly, I don't contour on a daily basis. I do the under eye highlight, but I don't contour on a daily basis. But if I'm going for an extra like super chiseled, sculpted out look, I will always do this because it just makes like such a difference you wouldn't even believe. Okay, so I just hopped off camera and finished off my eye makeup because that was really annoying me that my eyes looked really tiny because I wasn't wearing mascara. Anyway, I also applied lip product, obviously. In case you're wondering, which has nothing to do with this video, it's the Kiko Ultra Stylo Glossy Lipstick in 813. It's good. And I also applied blusher because that's not really part of contouring and highlighting. But if you are curious, the blush that I used was Natural Collection Pink Cloud, which is a great springtime blush and it's only like £2. So, now that we're all caught up, highlighting is literally one of my favourite things to do in the entire world, and a drugstore highlight that is good is the one that comes in this Collection Contouring and Highlighting Sculpting Kit or whatever. I don't mind that highlight, it's a nice highlight, but it's not as intense as I would usually go, and it's just kind of basic. It's not bad by any means, it's just basic is a good word to describe it. Honestly, my favourite drugstore highlighters are the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked highlighters, and I also really love the MUA Undress Your Skin highlighters, but the one I have is at uni. So I am actually going to mix the highlight from this kit with the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked highlighter in Pink Lights, which is like a lilac-y highlighter. So I'm just going to get a little bit on a fan brush and a little bit of the Makeup Revolution one as well. Just put them both on the same brush. Why not? That's a lot. Fuck. And honestly, my main goal is to be able to be seen from heaven. So just kind of following the top of your cheekbone. I don't like to bring it down too far because I feel like it accentuates the pores on my cheeks. Basically apply it from the backs of my cheekbones downwards towards the corner of my eye, and I kind of stop there. And then I blend it up and down like this, kind of up and down so that it's not just a stripe. And so I can diffuse the glow slightly. I also love highlighting above the arch of my eyebrow and kind of bringing that around my temple slightly, just because the sunlight would naturally hit this part of your face. You can also highlight your brow bone a little bit if you want to. Just take it like that. Honestly, you definitely do not need to highlight as intensely as me. I just really love the look of glowing, dewy skin, and I do find that mixing these two highlighters together makes me look like my skin is wet, which is what I want. I just like that. I like the way it looks. Honestly, if you have oily skin, I would probably recommend just highlighting the cheekbones and here and not highlighting the centre of your face, because if you have oily skin, that can just make you look more oily. However, if you do want to highlight the centre of your face, if you have dry skin, if you love that glow, or if you are oily skin and you're just going to deal with it, because, I mean, that's cool too, then I just take the fan brush and do this. On the tip of my nose, kind of dragging it up the bridge ever so slightly, and then again, the bit where it dips in, which I hate, which no one ever sees anyway because I wear glasses. And also the Keeper's bow. You can use your finger to highlight here, or a brush, doesn't matter. I'm actually going to take some on my finger and just bring it kind of down the sides of my lip to make it look even plumper. And to make sure my upper lip doesn't look sweaty, I'll just diffuse it slightly with a clean finger. And that, my friends, is how I contour and highlight my face. If you enjoyed this video and it helped you a little bit with contouring, which I hope it did, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I make new videos on Wednesdays and Sundays. If you want to follow me on Twitter, Tumblr or Instagram, they'll be linked down in the description, along with all the products that I use and what's on my face right now and what I'm wearing and everything along those lines. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!